This is Sky Lakara. I've never really done any videos like this before. Some of you in the community know me as a complainer, but those of you that truly know me know that I care a great deal about this game. I care a great deal about the people in it. I wanted to kind of share my story about this game, and maybe something will come of it, maybe it won't, I don't know. I feel right now that the game is not going in the direction that we all hope. They keep implementing great changes, but then they keep taking things away, and I'm not sure why they're doing that. I understand you gotta make money, you gotta run a business, but why on earth would you remove a field of view that helps people when nobody complained about it? It's a choice. They put in a slider with mod 18 that we could bring it up and down. But before I get too deep into that, I'm just going to say I was wanting to play Neverwinter from the day it came out. I was really excited. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I thought, hey, this is really cool. The armor actually looks pretty good. You can customize things. You can transmute things. You know, run around the world and see characters that you've read about in books. So it was kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So my computer couldn't run it, so I waited. I got approved as a beta tester, but I couldn't do it. So about I think 3 or 4 years ago now, I finally upgraded my computer and was able to play it. So here I am in the game, been here several years now, really enjoying the community. I enjoy the people I've met. I enjoy the little adventures we go on. I enjoy the things that we do together. And I've seen so many positive changes in the game that have really helped. Like, I'm going to just name a few. So the mounts, for example, you used to have to carry your mounts individually, and you'd have, you know, your little item where you drag the mount down to the 7 key, and that was your mount. Whatever speed it was the speed you had. Whatever it looked like is what you had. And now we've got, you know, the mount tab where we can customize what our mount looks like. We can customize what the attack is used. You know, we can customize its equip power and its speed. That was a great thing they did. That was one of my favorite mods, and that mod was introduced very shortly after I started playing the game. I don't remember what number it was. I don't keep up with these things. I just like to enjoy the game and play. So they also, I don't know, not too long ago, introduced like a companion tab. And it used to be that your companions were actually part of your inventory, and you could only have so many. And then they tweaked it a little bit so that you had 5, where my mouse is. You had like 5 companions over here. When you clicked on them, each of them would have gear on the side, and each companion had very specific gear it had to use. Like, some could wear belts, some could wear neck pieces, etc. It was a different combination. So you had to farm all the things, and that was fine. But you could use 5 companions. 1 would be summoned, 1 would have bondings, and that was great, you know. And then they modified it even more fairly recently to where you just have the 1, and they added in a bolster. I believe they did this in mod 16. So you have, you know, all your companions here. I don't know if it's unlimited. I've never researched it. I've never asked anybody. I assume it's unlimited to how many you can have per category, but they split up the categories. So if you have like 5 at orange level, legendary, you get a 15% bolster, which is the max, and so on and so forth. And so they added, it became a little bit more expensive to get companions, but the cool part was they could be universal as far as gear. They put the buffs in another section where you could choose what buff you had, which was kind of nice. Different companions unlocked different enhancements and stuff. So that was kind of cool. So that was another good thing. One of my favorite mods they did was they changed the RP system. The refinement system used to be very complicated. You used to be able to only put certain things into certain things. Like, say you were upgrading your gear, like your weapons. You'd right-click it to refine it. And I can't refine it because they're maxed, but you get the picture. You go to refine it, and you would drag in other swords or other main hands, and it would only take those, or gems. It would take gems. Same with the shield. It would only take shields. The belt would only take belts, and, you know, or rings and belts and necks, I think were kind of similar, but you get the picture. So, and then for the regents to get them up was even worse. You had to get very specific ones. There were, I think, 4 different types of artifacts, at least 3 different types, maybe 4. I'm a little rusty, forgive me. But you'd have to get, all these different kinds of regents, and they took up so much space in your inventory, and it was ridiculous. Your RP pool, people would save up all this RP, and they would only use it into the items. You drag and drop it into the item. And now we have an RP pool, which is great, because it all goes into a universal pool now where you could use it wherever you want, whenever you want. All of the regents are universal now. As far as the upgrades are concerned, you have enchanting stones and you have marks of potency, and there are different ranks, and that's it. You need the wards or whatever, but it was like you needed so many different regions before. So it was a really positive change that the devs did that I loved. They also changed that we didn't have to have keys in our inventory anymore. The keys used to be obnoxious. They would take up so much bag space. You couldn't have room to save stuff that you really wanted to keep because the keys were in the way. Identify scrolls would only stack to a very small amount. Other items would only stack to a small amount. So they increased those. They gave the keys their own tab, which is, I think, unlimited. This key tab is pretty awesome. So we can use that now. That's been there for a couple of years. So that's an awesome change. And, the identify scrolls, they increased the stacking limit, which really made a difference. And eventually they ended up getting rid of them entirely and just made it so we didn't have to identify anything. That was really helpful for new players who didn't have a lot of gold to get stuff to identify to make it more valuable or worth more refinement points or whatever. So those are really good changes. Like, stuff like that is great. Why can't we see more like that? These things are awesome. And instead they take away our customizations. I wasn't affected as much as other people when they shrunk down our powers and feats. The power section was a little complicated, like you'd gain, ranks, up to 4 ranks of a power as you leveled up, and there was this big long screen that went down. You'd have to scroll down forever. That wasn't so bad. Every time you hit a level or a point, you could put points into something. You could get points to get your powers up, and eventually you'd have all the points you needed and all your powers would be maxed. That was cool. I didn't mind that being reduced, whatever. It kind of, again, made it easier for newbie players to get their stuff up. They didn't have to get all these power points. So that was a good change. But the feats, I know a lot of players have complained a lot about the feats, especially content creators, people that like to really customize their characters and make them different. So there were different sections to it, and it was divided into 3 types, and you could combine any one of them, any one of the 3 to get, your perfect build, whatever you wanted to do. It didn't affect me much, again, because I wasn't very good at customization, so I didn't really sweat that. But I understand that a lot of people really felt really creative by customizing, and that was something that they really loved, and why take that away? To make it simple? Maybe? Sure, it made it simple for newbies. That helped newbies, but the players that had been here a long time were really upset with that because they loved doing that. They would, spend time, hours and hours and hours, sometimes weeks just retraining and trying things out. And if they were, gracious enough to share their builds with us, other players benefited as well. So that was kind of cool. Boons took a major hit. Boons used to be a different boon path per campaign. You could have choices and everything. Now it's just a basic pool. Some people say the boons are worthless. I disagree because more power is always good. More hit points are always good. These special feats up here in the tier 5 and then the master boons, they add a little something special. It's nothing like it was. I feel like, they just want to have more control over making people more even with each other, which I get that. You come in as a new player and things are really confusing, and to try and learn that complicated system was crazy. But at the same time, they made all the other players that have been here forever unhappy. Where's the balance? There is no balance. There is either their way or the highway right now, and that's very disappointing. I get the CDP thing is supposedly going well. We won't see some of those changes for a long time, so they're going to, keep us waiting. We've been waiting for new classes for 3 years. My own personal rant is Druid was voted top player choice. Monk came in second and Bard came in third. There's been not a lot of talk about that. Strongholds haven't had a major update in forever. A lot of content creators have mentioned, and I mention this to my guildies all the time, look at all these black spaces. We can't get to this. One of the things that players like to do is explore. We like to explore the world. And that's really fun. Like, I see this huge guild hall in front of me, these huge towers with windows, and we can't access them. We can't get up there. We can't climb. We can't explore. There's all this blank space that we don't have access to. And why? Do they not have the staff and designers to do it? Like, give us some stairways, people. Like, what about adding in some officer lounges that only officers can get into and have private chats? There's these doors. There's these doors in here. Where do they go? They could go places. I'm talking about stuff like that. Just give us some more stuff to explore. You don't have to put in that much new content to make people happy. You just have to know how to listen. And one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I want people who get angry with me and ban me from groups because I get angry. I want them to hear my tone. I'm not an angry person. I'm not an aggressive person. I give a crap about this game. I want you to hear my tone and understand that loud and clear, that I care about this game, and I rant and I rave because I'm angry at what they're doing to it, what they're doing to this game that so many of us love. So I hope that I hope I've made myself perfectly clear that so next time when you see me ranting on a page, listen to my tone. Maybe you'll have a clue of what I actually sound like and how my mannerisms actually are. And if you don't like it, I don't really care either, because there are plenty of people around that know me, that give a crap, that understand exactly what I'm saying, and they say the same thing. They have just as much heart in this game as I do, and they want to see it better. They want to see, look at this guild hall. This is beautiful. This is like a lot of players' favorite place to be. You don't have to worry about spammers. You don't have to worry about trolls in here. You have your own private little space with your own little community. And look at all that space that's being wasted in the game. Come on, devs. Where is the upgrade to this? I don't care about more boons. A lot of guilds say, oh, upgrade the structures to make them higher level. I don't care about that. I want to have more places to explore. People talk about flying mounts. That'd be cool too. Flying mounts to soar over the guild hall and really appreciate the scenery. This is a beautiful game. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. Devs, the world is beautiful. Let us explore it. Let us climb these awesome mountains that you've put into place that we can't get to. Let us run around and see all of this content. I think it would be really fun. Stuff like that. And right now, I'm going to get into my other beef. My biggest beef right now is they're taking away our field of view. Right now, I'm at the max. And before today, I was able to go out to 120. They activated the slider in the FOV in Mod 18, and it was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was great. We could finally take these big screenshots of the entire group that we were doing Marauders with or Dragonflight with. We didn't have to squeeze people in to try and get them into a photo. We could have people all around and show everybody spread around. Content creators could take these wonderful videos where you could zoom out and see what other players are doing. What is the big deal, devs? Seriously, what's the problem? I ask you, what is the problem with that? Okay, so some players can't see at that far distance. They don't like the fisheye. So they can set it down to 70. They can set it down to 50, whatever. They can turn it down. They have that choice. But those of us that want it higher because we want to see more and we want to be able to, oh my God, somebody's dying in my party. Where are they? Oh, they're way over there. I can't see them at this angle when they're way over there. Way over there? They're way over there and I can reach them? Look, I'm facing this way. I can't see them. I can't. I could with the 120. I could just turn right around and be like, boom. Heal you. You're good. You're alive. Hooray. Doing Marauders. Oh, you're alive. Little newbie over there. Oh, a newbie's getting hurt. Hey, look. Here's a heal. I can see them. What is the problem with that? I think you guys are using excuses. I really, really do. And for what? People have been always, you're never going to please people in this game. You're never going to please everybody, and that's okay. You don't have to please everybody. Just try to please the majority. The players that are paying real money, the players that have been here a long time, and the newbies that want to experience even more. What's the problem? What is this issue? I know I'm just going on a tangent and ranting, but this needs to be said. We've got, a forum post going on right now that is valid. People are not happy. Since Mod 16, most of your players have not been happy. Why do we stay? Okay, we stay because we love the game. We love the community. We love what it was, and we want to see it come back. I know a lot of mistakes were made in Mod 16. That happens. But we were on playtest, giving you guys every single bit of information that you needed to have. And what did you do with it? We see a forum post from Foss saying, oh, we're sorry, we didn't put in these changes. And he admitted on the forums that they ignored us. Maybe those weren't his exact words, but it was basically, we didn't listen, our bad, sorry. What? We gave you guys free testing. You didn't pay us. We didn't make money. We were trying to help you guys because we care about the game. So what's up with that? Why did you have a record number of playtesters on Mod 16 testing and you didn't listen to them? And I know not all the reports you get are accurate. I know some of them probably don't even make sense. Players, aren't informed enough to tell you what's going on. But at least listen to the top-end players, the top-end content creators that know their stuff, they know their math. At least trust them. They should be our voice, and you should listen. I plead with you. Bring the 120 back. Seriously. Because this is just not okay that you keep taking things away from us. I don't really know what else to say about it. I love this game. I love my community. I love my guildies. I've had so many people that I loved leave my guild and not so much leave the guild. Sorry, they're still in the guild. I won't kick them ever because they're family. And people are like, oh, kick them, they're inactive. I don't care. We don't need to be this ginormous guild. I don't care. My friends quit the game and I am hurt by that, devs. I want them back. I talk to them all the time and I want them back. I want you to give them a reason to come back to this game. I know several content creators have been challenging you guys lately, and I'm here for the first time speaking to you, saying the same thing. Please, fix this game. Bring back what we love. Bring back... Just listen to us. Is it really that difficult? And think about it as a business perspective. You have to make money. Are you making extra money now? I really doubt it. I don't know what your marketing strategies are. I don't know the percentages of money you bring in or what you pay people or how many employees you have. I don't care about that. But I do know that if you make people unhappy in a situation like a game or a store or anything, any kind of merchandising, you make people unhappy about your product, they're going to not buy it. They're going to stop playing. Isn't it a better concept to hear us, hear what we're saying, listen to us, and put things into place that matter, that are going to draw people back? Wouldn't that, kind of an odd concept, wouldn't that make you more money? Think about it. Please, for the sake of the game, please hear us. This game is important to a lot of people because we've connected with people that mean something to us. This is the game that we enjoy together. Somebody might like this other game, somebody might like that other game, but they don't like it together. This game brought so many people together. Bring the game back. Give us what we want, and we will give you more business. We will give you more players. We will bring this population back up again from what it was. I plead with you again. Listen to us, please. That's all I got to say. Thank you for listening, and that's it.